Before continuing further, do subscribe to the channel and hit the like button now. Thank you. Let's continue. The story begins with 5 young explorers, eagerly preparing for their next adventure. Junko, with her golden brown braids bouncing, can't contain her excitement. Edmund, always with a gadget in hand, checks the signal on his GPS, while Arunima, the historian of the group, flips through her book on ancient Himalayan myths. Messner, full of jokes and energy, teases his friends as they board a small plane. Their guide, Tenzing, a local boy from the Himalayas, assures them that they're in for the adventure of a lifetime. As the plane soars into the sky, they look out the window, marveling at the snow-capped peaks below. The plane lands, and the group steps into a remote Himalayan village, nestled between towering mountains. The air is crisp, and the scent of pine fills the air. The village is peaceful, with prayer flags fluttering in the wind, and stone houses standing tall amidst the snow. Tenzing explains the journey ahead, pointing toward the mountains. There's a sense of wonder in the air, and for a moment, they're silent, simply taking in the beauty around them. This place feels ancient, sacred. Arunima, in particular, is fascinated by the history embedded in every corner. The next morning, the group sets off on their trek, hiking along a narrow mountain trail. They walk through forests of tall pines, the path covered in a light dusting of snow. Junko, ever curious, takes the lead, while Edmund lingers behind, engrossed in his gadgets. Arunima notices ancient carvings on the trees, excitedly pointing them out to the others. The mountains rise before them, majestic and awe-inspiring, filling them with a sense of purpose. The adventure has truly begun. Deep in the woods, the group stumbles upon something unexpected, a hidden cave, covered in vines, its entrance marked by strange symbols. Tenzing, recognizing the carvings, explains that it's a sacred place, connected to an ancient legend of a lost temple. Arunima is thrilled, recognizing the symbols from her book. Junko crouches near the entrance, her eyes wide with curiosity. The air inside the cave feels colder, more mysterious. They hesitate for a moment, but with a shared look of determination, they venture inside. Inside the cave, they find themselves in a vast, dark chamber, the walls glowing faintly with crystals embedded in the stone. At the center lies a massive stone slab, covered in ancient symbols. The room is cold, silent except for the sound of their footsteps. As they approach, Junko and Edmund inspect the slab. The symbols appear to form a kind of puzzle, one that could unlock a secret passage. Arunima eagerly deciphers the carvings, while the rest of the group watches with anticipation. There's a growing sense of excitement. They've found something incredible. Arunima deciphers the last of the symbols, and with a soft rumble, the slab shifts, revealing a hidden map, glowing with a mystical blue light. The map shows the way to a long-lost temple, hidden deep in the mountains. The group gathers around, their faces lit by the eerie glow. Tenzing's expression turns serious, as he explains the legend of the temple and the treasure it holds. But he warns them, they are not the only ones who seek it. As they leave the cave, excitement quickly turns to fear. In the shadows of the forest, they sense something following them. Junko hears a rustle, and when she looks back, dark, indistinct figures seem to be moving through the trees. A cold fear grips her, and she shouts for the others to run. The group dashes through the snow-covered forest, adrenaline pumping. Edmund stumbles, but Messner pulls him up as they race ahead. Tenzing leads them, urging them to move faster as the shadows close in. The sense of danger is real, and fear grips them all. As they reach a frozen river, Tenzing quickly comes up with a plan. Using ropes from their packs, they swing across the narrow icy water, the shadows still in pursuit. Junko swings first, landing safely on the other side. Messner, with his usual carefree attitude, jokes mid-air, easing the tension. Once across, they watch as the shadows halt at the river's edge, unable to follow. Breathing heavily, they collapse on the ground, relief washing over them. They've escaped, at least for now. After hours of trekking, the group finally arrives at the hidden temple. It's an enormous, ancient structure, carved into the side of a mountain, half buried under snow. Statues of forgotten gods stand guard at the entrance, and intricate carvings decorate the walls. The sun is rising, casting a golden light over the scene. Arunima can barely contain her excitement, her love for history, overwhelming her. The others are equally amazed. They've reached the heart of the mystery, but the real challenge is just beginning. Inside the temple, they find a massive stone puzzle, blocking the way to the treasure. The discs on the wall are covered in more ancient symbols, and it becomes clear that solving the puzzle is the only way to move forward. Working together, the explorers each play a role. Junko and Edmund focus on deciphering the symbols, while Messner and Tenzing rotate the heavy discs. Arunima directs them, her knowledge of history guiding their efforts. The tension is palpable, the pressure of time, the fear of failure. But together, they're stronger. With one final click, the puzzle is solved, and the doors open. The doors reveal a hidden chamber, filled with treasure. Gold, jewels, and ancient artifacts glitter in the dim light. But the group isn't here for the riches, they're fascinated by the history. Arunima's eyes widen as she unrolls an ancient scroll, while the others marvel at the intricate statues and artifacts. This is more than treasure, this is a discovery of historical significance. They've triumphed, not just by finding treasure, but by uncovering a lost piece of history. Their faces shine with joy and pride. Back at the village, the group gathers one last time, before heading home. The sky is painted with the colors of sunset, the snowy mountains glowing in the fading light. They reflect on their journey, grateful for the lessons they've learned. Junko realizes that her curiosity can lead to great discoveries. Edmund is proud of his quick thinking, and Arunima is thrilled to have uncovered such an important piece of history. Messner has learned the value of teamwork, and Tenzing is proud of the group's growth. They've not only become better explorers, but closer friends. As they say their goodbyes to Tenzing, there's a quiet moment of reflection. The adventure has changed them, teaching them that the greatest treasures aren't material, they're the friendships they've built and the lessons they've learned along the way. The moral of the story is, true treasures in life aren't made of gold or jewels, but are found in friendship, teamwork, and the pursuit of knowledge. Together, we can overcome any challenge, and in the end, the greatest reward is the growth we experience along the way. If you loved this story, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Learn, for more captivating tales. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.